Total Tech, your leading HVAC training provider, is located in Smyrna, Tennessee. Smyrna is 25 minutes southeast of beautiful downtown Nashville, Tennessee. Nashville is home to some of the best country entertainment in the world. Thousands of country music fans have come from all over to enjoy the experience of this legendary city. The Grand Ole Opry is a major part of the country legacy found here in Nashville. The Tennessee Titans have claimed Nashville as their home since 1999. Professional football has become an exciting part of the Nashville scene. The Nashville International Airport has direct flights to most every major city in the U.S. So why not make your HVAC learning experience an enjoyable one and come to Total Tech in Smyrna, Tennessee. Let's take a look at Total Tech's state-of-the-art classroom and see what goes on during the HVAC Analysis 1 and 2 classes. Total Tech's classroom utilizes every modern tool to help the student receive the most effective training possible. Total Tech wants the student to lead with the knowledge they came to obtain. The instructor, Dawn Miller, uses real-world numbers with PowerPoint presentations to relate the classroom theory with real-to-life service scenarios. An electrical trainer in the classroom allows the student to practice the 4-step electrical diagnostic process before applying it to a real live functioning unit. Airflow plays a major role in system efficiency. Dawn explains the proper use of the tools used in measuring airflow. Dawn believes what Bacharach said about testing. If you're not testing, then you're guessing. Total Tech helps the technician meld business with service. Total Tech lays the foundation of the service technician. We teach technicians how to be service smart. Service smart encompasses customer smart, business smart, as well as equipment smart. Dawn tells the student how to measure airflow and then performs the procedure on live equipment. This gives the student the confidence they need to perform procedures by themselves with minimal help. Meet David, one of our graduates, and let him tell you what he thought about his learning experience at Total Tech.
Now, when I first went to technical school, it took me, I was in it for 18 months, and it took me probably another 18 months or a year or two to get where I could basically do any type of substantial work. It took me that long.
So 18 months of tech school, 2 weeks of Total Tech.
Right. World of a difference. World of a difference. All of the information that's available, the charts that you have, the methods that you teach, and the way that you teach it, and you simplified it. In your 4-step electrical test method, it is unbelievable. It is unbelievable.
So simplicity.
Simplicity. Don't make it hard. You do a lot of explaining, and the repetitive teaching that you do, and you make it simple. Just understand the basics and know what they do. And once you got that down, and then you understand the mode of operation that is in and what it is actually doing, that really makes a difference. And the way that you all have the systems set up to simulate all different types of problems that you will run into in the field, that is amazing. I mean, the neat ways of checking compressors and reversing valves and all that, I never would have known that. The charts that you fill out your saturated suction temperature, your saturated condensing temperature, your superheat and subcooling and all that, and ambient temperature and all that, and you have the 5-point system to go by and look at everything and all that. So I mean, that's just amazing. I know I've filled out, I would say, anywhere from 75 to 100 different performance sheets. Okay, So I had technically probably more lab time in a month than I had my whole 18 months in school, in the lab. That's where the rubber meets the road. That's where the rubber meets the road right there, in that lab. A month now, you know, and I'm totally confident, totally confident. I have no question whatsoever about where to go to look for something, to understand something, to take the proper numbers and know what those numbers are and know what those numbers mean, and be confident in telling that client that this is what's wrong with your unit. And right now, I have no doubt whatsoever a person can put me in a truck and send me out there to a problem, and I can find out what that problem is.
Did you get what you come to get?
I got more. I got more than what I came for. Total Tech will teach you in 1 month what the average 18-month technical school cannot teach you in 18 months. I would not.
Now let's see what goes on in Total Tech's state-of-the-art lab. Guys and gals immediately practice the classroom theory. This is the key to learning Total Tech's methods of diagnostics. These gals are filling out a troubleshooting guide by taking temperatures and pressures from the heat pump. The troubleshooting guide provides a systematic method to help the learner develop exceptional troubleshooting skills in a short time. Here, Dawn is teaching a 4-step electrical diagnostic process. The unit is bugged with 9 different electrical malfunctions. After showing the tech how it's done, each tech will practice the 4-step electrical diagnostic process. Here, Mark is removing refrigerant from a malfunctioning heat pump. He is performing a specific task to distinguish a reversing valve malfunction from a metering device malfunction. This is just one of the diagnostic methods taught at Total Tech. Let's hear the story from another Total Tech graduate about why he chose Total Tech for his HVAC education.
Well, my friend Mike left a large company that he'd been with for 17 years, decided to start his own company, and he came to me and said, won't you come and go to work for me and get into business with me? I said, well, Mike, that'd be great, but I don't know anything about heating and air. So he said, well, I'll teach you. I said, okay. So I went out and started doing stuff with him, and I just felt like it was slowing us down, him trying to teach me everything, and would get a lot more comfort level out of going to a school. So I searched. He brought me a brochure from one of the supply houses that, you know, for your school, and I basically, you know, looked at it. I called the 15-month programs. I looked at other ones, talked to everybody, realized that this place was more hands-on than anywhere else. Where the other ones, they have to sit there for 15 months and you're going to be sitting in the classroom a major majority of the time, and here you're in the lab a major majority of the time. I'm a hands-on learning person, so confident. If I go by my paperwork, I can do anything that's out there. Every day after I leave here, you know, I'm going to work. I'm doing service work. By talking to all my friends that are in their techs, most all of them are techs that I know. They're like, where are you going? I'm like, I'm going down to Total Tech. And they're like, oh, Don's taught several of our classes. That guy's sharp. He's good. And the way that you put everything, it's a system. You just have to follow your system. Go in a sequence, follow your systems, and it's written out on paper for you what's wrong with it most of the time. And you still have to dig some and think through everything, but it's on that paper if you look hard enough. Yeah, because people are all the time like, 1 month? And I'm like, yeah, let's go, I'll show you, you know. The lab, you just go in, and by being in the field, going out and doing jobs every day, after I leave here, I'd go in and Mike would say, okay, we're gonna do this, and I had just done it in the lab that day. So it's real world situations in the lab that I would actually go out and work on that afternoon. So every day when I got out, he goes, well, what are we gonna do today that you learned? And you can sit me in a classroom all day long and I'm gonna go to sleep on you. But if I'm out there doing it, stay alert, and I'm at it. I already have, and will continue to. It's top-notch, awesome facility. The lab is beyond compared to anywhere, because when I brought Mike up here and we looked at the school in the beginning, he has been in several different labs, and nothing compares to the lab that you guys have here. Being able to control the ambient temperature, being able to just make your malfunctions remote control, and giving us real world situations. You can't do that most places because you tear up the machines or whatever, you know. So yeah, everything's awesome. From the front desk to all the way to the lab, everything's top notch. Well, I mean, I would just tell them the easiest way to learn to do anything, and I mean anything, is to actually put your hands on it and do it. If I'm doing it with my hands, I'm learning the theory through actually doing it. So it speeds up and accelerates the whole process by putting your hands on the equipment. You can read stuff in a book all day long, but if you don't touch it, you're not learning.
In the HVAC Analysis 1 lab, the students practice proper procedures that every qualified technician should be able to perform in the field. Every student practices each procedure until it's done right. All attendees perform every basic step for air conditioning maintenance, replacement, and repair. Total Tech's lab units can simulate most every operating environment and any component malfunction. Total Tech's troubleshooting procedures and lab exercises are what sets Total Tech apart from other technical training institutions. Watch these attendees as they practice in our lab. One of the many contractors that benefit from training his technicians here at Total Tech is Jim Thompson. Listen to what Jim has to say about his experiences with Total Tech.
I started Thompson Services here in Middle Tennessee 10 years ago. I knew then that it would be very important to have the best trained staff I could find. We started out by going through the area of tech schools here in Middle Tennessee. Murfreesboro in particular was probably the #1 resource, and just didn't seem to be getting what we were really wanting out of the group as they were coming through class. Then you and I met, we talked about what your company had to offer. I took 2 different techs that had gone through VOTEC that I really felt like needed more training, and I brought them down here. And it was a difference in daylight and dark. They were good students, good employees, and they would tell you they wish they hadn't wasted the time going through the area of VOTEC. The on-hands training that your lab has, the preparation that you have in the classroom, just superseded anything that they got at the state level. They spent too much time on theory, and that's really not what's so essential out there hands-on. They need to know how to fix it. They need to know how to properly handle refrigerant, reclaiming refrigerant. I'm not saying that they didn't eventually get that at the state, but there was so much time wasted to get to that point. The hands-on with modern equipment that they're faced with that you have in your lab is the reason not only that I started several years ago sending people, but I think you just mentioned I had 2 to come out from just last week. We will continue to send students here, even senior folks. We will continue to send them through your class to make sure we have the best technicians that we can afford. You offer the ability to split the classes up. I'm able to work on my half a day and go to school a half a day. And by the time that our guys are on payroll 90 days after they leave this class, I have that return. If you've got a contractor that's saying, you know, I'm looking at maybe utilizing Total Tech, I would like from one to come down here and see what you do. That's what I did. Come down here and you didn't charge me anything except the class. And then you offered the opportunity to, hey, if you have an employee that doesn't perform, send them back to me because I want to know what I missed out on. I haven't sent any guys back to you. They get it. They know they get it. As far as superheat and subcooling, it's very important today with expansion valves. You're giving them tools as they leave to do their job. When the guys leave here, they're checking airflow and they know how many CFM they're getting out of a 3-ton system. I can assure you that if they come through Total Tech, they will understand airflow, they will understand superheat, they will understand subcooling. I just had a guy that is a certified electrician that's been doing electrical work for years come through your organization for 2 weeks. He basically testified to the group this morning that he was amazed at how the light bulb went off for him doing work in the lab. He says, I can clearly now make just a few checks and know whether or not I've got a compressor problem, know whether or not that I've got an airflow problem. And Don, this is a guy that has basically done electrical work. And now we're crossing him over to cross-train him so he can also do some HVAC work for us as well. It doesn't bother me to send him out on any heat pump call. It wouldn't bother me to straight cooling, straight electrical. I'd put him up with any student out of a VOTEC school in this state. Everything that a business owner has to do is relayed right here at Total Tech for the employees to comprehend. I recognize the value that your organization brings to my organization. I've watched our company grow to almost $2 million in annual sales in 10 years. That's only possible by hiring the right folks, getting them the right training, and there's no way, Don, that I'd consider sending my employees anywhere else in the country than right here.
So, when making your decision on where to obtain training, remember, Nashville offers a great international airport conveniently located just 25 miles from our facility. Total Tech has corporate rates with the sleep-in and suites located just 5 miles from our facility. And there are several restaurants located within walking distance. If you want professional HVAC technicians, Total Tech has professional HVAC training. We invite you to visit our website at www.totaltechschool.com or call Shauna at 615-459-8024 for more details. We look forward to hearing from you soon.